There's windows, you see, there's breaths. It's creating expectation so you can feel those. What's up, you guys? Nick from GMAU Muay Thai. We're here with the RXT1. If you've watched the first two parts, we talked about the installation. We talked about the basic settings with practicing with the RXT1. So this is a sparring robot. If you don't have access to a sparring partner or someone to move around with, this is really good to kind of emulate or model that training with hands only, because there's no legs involved with the sparring robot. It's just arms. But it can also be a good supplement. Or maybe you can't make it to the gym one day, or maybe you're sick, you want to train at home. There's a lot of cool reasons why you'd want to have this thing. So we talked about the practice settings last time, and those transfer over they're pretty similar to the sparring, except the sparring is not going to be a set sequence. So with practice, it's just a jab that they give you, or it's just a cross, or it's just a jab cross. This one will be a little bit more open, so it's more unpredictable. It's more of a setting that you'll get in sparring because you don't know what your partner's going to throw at you if you're really sparring. So just like the practice, we can set upper arms only, which are coming at you vertically. You can set lower arms only, which are coming at you horizontally, or all arms. So let's try upper arms only, just to show you guys how it is. And once again, you can pick jab only sparring or both arms. Okay, so let's do both arms. And just like before, you can control the amount of rounds you do, how long the rounds are, and the speed and all that. So let's start this, and we'll start it pretty slow. You can make it go faster if you want. Right now we're just warming up. Right now we're warming up, just pretending we're moving around with a partner, and we're just moving. Right, we see a punch coming. We're slipping out of the way, staying relaxed. And we just don't want this thing to hit our head, right? We're just looking for reaction time. We don't want to get hit in the head. Both arms only. Maybe sometimes you add a couple punches in there if you have gloves on. That'd be good. A little counterweight. We're looking to counter now when we see a punch coming. Right now I'm just loosening up, right? This is my first kind of movement of the day. So I'm using this thing to just keep my head moving. Toss out some punches here and there. Nothing crazy. If you have gloves on, it'd be good to get that weight, right? The thing about this is it's static, right? It's not moving. So you kind of can animate your feet a lot and move. Move with this thing. There's windows, you see, there's breaths. It's creating expectation so you can fill those gaps by moving around. Right, and just not getting hit. Your goal should be just don't get hit in the head with one of these pool noodles, even though it won't hurt, and just move around a bit. Stay on the outside of the punch. Try and counter when you can. Like that. I'm trying to counter the jab every time with a step-in jab. Underneath, you can also go right to the body. There's that cross. Waiting for that cross. So that was about 1.5 minutes. I'm going to stop it. So you can see how it's a good warm-up device, just to warm up with sparring. When you want to pick it up a bit, you could say, okay, now I'm going to do all arms, and it'll be random. You don't know what's going to come at you. We'll speed it up a bit, 10% faster. So now it's going to be faster, and all arms, everything coming at me. So I could be doing a lot of things. I have to make sure I'm blocking a lot. You see how much faster that was already, 10%? It's good. There's that hook they threw at me, so then I just had to move, block it, roll with the punch, do a little shoulder roll. Whenever something comes at you, you just work on your defense. Don't let this thing touch your head. Try and block it, slip, stay mobile, counter. You don't have to make contact with this robot. I kind of don't. The reason why is I want this thing to last long. I'm afraid if I punch this too hard, even though it's pretty sturdy, right? I know it's sturdy, but I just don't want to hit it. So you can almost just stop short like you're pulling a punch, right? Kind of good. This thing also reminds me of like shadow boxing. Like when I'm shadow boxing, you kind of have to keep a good defense and pretend you're reacting to something, right? I'm not hitting anything. I'm like shadow boxing, but I have something to work with to keep my defense honest. So that was about 1 minute right there. And this is the kind of thing that's cool. So Imagine you could warm up with doing unexpected simulated sparring, right? And then you can ramp up the speed, do both arms, do just vertical, do horizontal, combine both. If you just want to work on slipping off to one side, speed it way up and just do the jab. Just do the jab, right? Okay, so this is part 3. Techniques to utilize this to emulate sparring in a way to warm up, focus on certain techniques. I like it because it really emulates what I would be doing if I was just shadow boxing, right? If I was just moving around, not hitting anything, not making contact, but just staying loose. And now I have something coming at me, so I don't have to imagine it. There's actually noodles flying at me. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for part 4 next time.